Hi, coaches. Welcome back to Big Rule of the World. We continue our little mini series here on weight loss, and this can really be used for coaches too. 3 healthy tips for offensive linemen trying to lose weight this off season. Okay, 3 simple tips that'll get your weight loss geared up and going again, especially if you're a coach or you're a player who's just overweight. These types of tips have helped me. I've talked about it before. My weight goes up and down. Right now I'm on a downward track, thankfully, and it's because of 3 of these tips. First up, Coach's Corner. We have a special right now. The first number 1, join the trenches. That's our weekly newsletter. It's free. Comes to your inbox about every Monday, Tuesday. It's a great resource we're doing now, our breakdown of NFL offensive lines that I think you'll find interesting. We also have like a weekly drill, weekly tip in our Coach's Corner there. Also, get better today with our 10 drills book. We have 10 drills for the offensive line, just $10. From now to the end of the March, we have a sign-up link in the description for that one. Okay, tip number 1, simply put, don't drink your calories, kids. Be smart about what you're drinking, what you're consuming. Me, I'm a big soda guy. I love sodas. I love sweet tea. And if you look at that bottle of Coke there, I think it's something like an individual bottle is like 240 calories. I don't suggest getting soda, diet soda per se, but for you coaches, diet soda for athletes per se, but for you coaches out there, make the switch to diet, man. It's helped me out a lot. If you're drinking whole milk, cut down. Go back to skim, go back to 1%. I cut back down to 1%. Watch the pounds melt off. Same thing with Gatorade. Go back down to G2, go to water. I'm a big sweet tea guy. I started getting unsweetened tea and just putting artificial sweetener in it. I know people are going to blow me up. Artificial sweeteners are unhealthy. Hey, man, I'm all about calories right now. That's what my goal is right now, is to lower the amount of calories possible and trick my body into losing weight and still being satiated and content. And that's a big thing, guys. If you keep yourself content and satiated, I think you stick to some of these practices long term, instead of if you go into a weird fast or fad diet, you're going to lose that will to do that very quickly. So tip number 1 is don't drink your calories. Tip number 2 is count your calories, okay? I'm a big fan of MyFitnessPal, not a sponsor. It's an app I downloaded on my phone back in like November. I started just tracking. It was very nice to track and understand how many calories I was consuming each day. I will tell you this, one of my tips was going to be, be smart when you go out to restaurants. Don't get your food from a window. This keeps me from getting my food from a window. When I get hungry for something from a window here, I look on my phone what it's going to be and decide if it's worth it. Like for an example, okay, for me, a standard breakfast, an easy breakfast down here in the semi-south is what I would call Virginia. But we're next up to North Carolina here. Bojangles is a big chain over here. Fried chicken, sweet tea, biscuits, that type of thing. If you want to go get a fried chicken biscuit with a sweet tea, and I like honey mustard to put on the chicken biscuit, pro tip right there. You're talking about upwards of 1,000 calories for a biscuit and a drink. Upwards of 1,000 calories for a biscuit and a drink. Whereas I can go at home, throw me 2 eggs in a pan, throw some bacon in the pan, mix that all up with some cheese or some onions or some peppers. I'm more full. I get more color in my on my plate. I'm more full, to be honest, with a third of the calories. Okay? It doesn't make, there's no comparison. Track your calories. Pay attention to what you're putting into your body versus what's outputting. Because that's how you're going to lose weight, is if the output is greater than the input. Just like you gain weight if the input is greater than the output. Simple math. Okay, tip number 3, prepare in advance. I'm big into meal prepping now, big into getting healthy stuff done on the weekend, especially when I don't have my son. I can get it done a lot quicker on a Saturday or Sunday. This weekend coming up, I do not have him. This weekend past, I did. And I had a game, and we went to my parents, and it's tough. Okay? every excuse when I don't meal prep to eat out, to eat through a window, or to grab something and just throw it in and it'd be unhealthy. Whether it be a giant frozen pizza, whether it be pick up some Chinese food, whether it be, I'm just going to eat nachos tonight. Whereas if I make my meals ahead of time, like today's meal is buffalo chicken, a cauliflower substitute for macaroni and cheese that is actually really good, and some spinach that I'm going to put some balsamic vinaigrette dressing on. That's my meal for lunch today. If I hadn't prepped it, I'd just been walking out the door, I'd end up buying whatever they had at the school. And what they usually do at the school, I don't know about your school lunch ladies, but they usually help out and give you extra food. So usually what they end up doing, sorry about that, I had to jump on with a quick edit real quick, but usually what the lunch ladies end up doing, they end up giving you extra food, giving you pizza, giving you hamburgers, giving you french fries. Okay, so instead of that, today I'm eating chicken, spinach, and cauliflower. Please, 3 simple tips. Okay, if you prepare, my mom used to teach me this: if you fail to prepare to fail. But the 3 simple tips, if we go back to them: number 1, don't drink your calories. Number 2, count your calories. And number 3, prepare in advance. Okay, that way you're making nice and healthy choices instead of rushed decisions. Okay, just 3 simple tips for you big guys out there. Remember, bigs rule the world.